What's up, guys? It's ThatChildGamer. Welcome back to Beyond You. Yay! I've been slacking off on this a little bit. I don't even know when the freaking demo actually got updated, because I was looking for like the updates and like the numbers of the version, but the numbers for the version never actually changed. So that screwed me over like completely. But apparently this game has gone through a major update. The Kickstarter has been started a long time ago, and as far as I'm aware, also, I just noticed that these are out of alignment now. I don't know when that was a thing, but they're not where they're supposed to be anymore. I don't know if that's going to be fixed or not. It probably will be, but not right now, because, you know, we're playing this file version right now. But we, got some major changes that I don't even know about right now, because, I haven't really looked into it that much. All I saw her update video on a channel that had like all the text box and stuff you can click on, and like right at the beginning. So we'll probably get a look at that, as well as some other cool things that's probably changed that I have no idea about. So we're gonna go into this, and oh, the thing changed as well. The GUI changed. Hello, I'm here to let you know that we are slowly getting there. That's good news, but we aren't quite ready yet. Please enjoy all the same. Your input will help us learn and improve. I've got a lot of dust in my mouth right now still, because this dynamic microphone that I have, it costed me $3 on Savers, so I bought it, and it doesn't sound bad actually for being $3. But I wouldn't use it for a YouTube video. But I opened up the capsule, and there's just the foamy stuff that like goes over like the diaphragm. I blew too hard with the diaphragm off to test to see what the implosions are like without the thing on. Dumbest idea ever. Now there's dust everywhere, and it smells horrible, and it tastes. My mouth just tastes horrible because it got in my mouth a little bit, and it's disgusting. Our name is Devin. I love how that's literally how we start off a video. Ooh, I love this. I love the I'm sorry. I'm so tired. This is a new background. I like this. I can't believe that I have to fill the student information form out every year. I love how this. I love how like it's saying that you have to fill out every year, and here I am, basically filling it out every episode. I can't believe I have to fill this out every episode. Name easy, address sure. Huh? This is new. What are your pronouns? Masculine. Because we're always masculine pronouns. We've never gone with anything different. Not that I have anything against anything different, but that's just personally what I would go for. I noted down the final details and held the sheet aloft to check. This was housekeeping, so to be handed to our home teacher. So I'm sorry again. I'm tired. So if I mess up my wording and stuff like that, or if I speak too fast and I end up jumbling my words and stuff like very occasionally, often. Like that, then that's why. I can't believe I'm doing so good already. We're like 5 minutes in. I've already picked my classes for the year. Intellectual pursuits mostly. Science, math, that kind of stuff. It made the most sense for my future. My future? Huh. It's hard to imagine what the future holds for me. I mean, I do have a whole year to think about it anyway. I'm top of my class. Any college would be lucky to have me. I must seem like an egotist, as if I think I'm better than everyone. I guess it's a mixture of luck and intelligence. Not to mention that it's easy to be a high achiever when you don't have many friends. My only real friend was Haruka. Is that how you pronounce it? I've been hearing other people pronounce the name Haruka lately, and I've been pronouncing it Haruka. I guess it doesn't matter, because, like, you know, like, being American and all, like, that's sort of how you would pronounce it in America. But I guess in Japanese, you'd pronounce it Haruka. I don't know. I mean, I've always pronounced it Haruka. If I'm pronouncing it wrong, please, by all means, like, stop me. I'm more than happy to learn the actual pronunciations. She'd be here any minutes. I'm just gonna call her Haruka for right now, because I think that's how it's supposed to be pronounced. And yes! We have the freaking, I just peeked the crap out of that. I'm so sorry. I love how I can check my levels now because of the Scarlet, which is really funny. Now that whenever I peek, I can see it when it happens. Oh yeah, it's the save files. I forgot. I just install all the new updates through the same folder, so all my saves are always still there. from the old game. But if I load them right now, it's gonna bring me most likely to a whole nother place that I have no idea. So we have all this little layout here, and we can also click on this. I'm assuming this is like let's leave this page and move on to the story. What is this? Oh, is that Bijuu? Yo! Oh my god, that's awesome. I appreciate that. I was gonna say, we got Bijuu Mike here. I noticed that right off the bat, and then I looked down further, and there's my logo. Oh my god, it's awesome. I appreciate that. Thank you so much, HexFX. That's amazing. That means a lot to me. Oh, that's perfect. I love that. That's freaking awesome. Oh, wonderful. I didn't even notice that. Honestly, when I first saw the actual like update video that HexFX posted on the channel, I'm sorry, I'm going so off topic to the actual game right now, but it's something that now that I've seen it, I need to talk about. I never even noticed that, and I don't know if it was in our update or if this is like a new addition, but that like I never noticed that. And I think I watched like 3 seconds of Bijuu Mike's new video on Beyond You, and it's like I didn't want to watch the entire thing because of the fact that I wanted to play it for myself, knowing that there's a new update out. And I didn't even see it on his channel either. So it's like to finally catch that is like the best thing ever. Oh my gosh, that's amazing. Thank you so much for that. I appreciate it. Those are pictures of people who make videos. Yep, that's true. They're pretty funny and sweet. They really seem to care about their audience. That is not a false fact. There's a very messy bed here. I should make it, but that's would that take extra effort? It's like I said the first sentence that I didn't even need to read. Plus, it'll make a mess. I'll just mess it up later when I get back into it. You know what? That's actually a really true fact. Like, what's the point of making your bed when you're just gonna mess it up again anyway? It's like it doesn't make sense to me. Like people say, "Oh, Devin, make your bed and stuff." It's like, no. This is my father's bed behind me, so. And you know what? I appreciate my father because he lives on that fact where you don't have to make your bed every morning. Because it's just not worth it. It's not like I have to impress anyone. Haruka is the only one who comes here, and she's never neat. Ain't that the truth? It's a beautiful day outside. I can't believe I have to spend all of it at school, instead of inside, at home. It's criminal. Alright, we got a closet here. Seems like a waste to have all these outfits I can't wear. Not that I hate my uniform. Oh yeah, I forgot the school has uniforms, didn't they? Well, I guess you could wear them when you're like on the weekends or stuff, or something like that when you're going out to like eat or grocery shopping or stuff like that. But it'd be nice to be able to wear them whenever I want. That is true, or whatever I want. That is true. I love schools. I find that schools that have uniforms fascinating because like, you know, like. But the thing is, I never understood why that's the case. Like, first of all, nobody looks unique. Everybody looks the same. You probably have to pay for your uniform, especially multiple uniforms, because, you know, you can't just wear the same one to school every day. That's kind of disgusting. But I never understood the point of that. Please, if there's a reason why people do that, like, especially in, like, Japan, like, by all means, let me know. I'm actually willing to learn. I spent way too much of my holidays on my computer. I went out with Haruka a few times, but she was busy with... I don't know, but she was busy most days. I sound like a bad friend, but really she's just private about some things. Alright, and that's, I believe, everything that we've looked on the screen. Cool. So one last glimpse at the little logo there. That's amazing. Again, thank you so much for that. I personally don't actually know who these other people are. I would love to be educated with who these guys... I know that guy. I know this guy. That's Quirksis. He comments on my channel a lot as well. Am I pronouncing that right? I have no idea. But that's his logo as well. I've noticed him. And that's about as many people as I know on this board. I don't think I can see anybody else that I know. Yeah, no, I can't see anybody else that I've actually, like, been aware of that I actually know. Alright. Oh, yep, that was the right button. So, open up, Devin. I'm assuming it's Haruka. I'm not your wake-up call. Do you think I'm some kind of maid? Oh, is that a new pose? I like it. No? But I know what you were thinking. I really wasn't, but okay. Your mom told me to come see if you were awake. You could have knocked. And you could have been waiting downstairs for me like a good friend. Instead, I had to come and find you, Mr. Lazy Pants. Aren't you excited to get to school? Oh god, I just squeaked the frick out of that sentence. Why would I be excited about school? To show off that big old brain of yours. If I was the top of the class, I'd rub it in everyone's faces. Bow down, peasants, you know? People already dislike us enough, Haruka. I said that wrong again, I'm sorry. At least I think I said that wrong. I still don't know for 100%. Maybe play nice with others for once. Psh, I'm always nice. That's a false fact. So making people bow is kinky? I guess you have a point. New year, new me. Except that's probably not going to happen, because if we've known the storyline so far up to this point, we know that she's not going to be the nice person she wants to be. That's what you said last year when you tried to, my mouth tastes horrible, I'm sorry. When you tried to dye your hair blonde and ended up with a patch missing. Oh god, was that in the last update? I can't remember that. That's kind of disturbing. I said new me and new classmates. You distracted me. Now we're going to be late. And me saying that we're going to be late while standing here is making us later. And explaining that made us later, and let's go. I love how she's like she's trying to blame us, but she's also blaming herself. I moved towards the door, gathering Haruka as I walked. Alright, so we are outside now. Ooh, that looks pretty cool. I like the building design. I wonder if this is like is this like an apartment complex? Because you got a lot of the same sort of rooms. I regretted the summer I spent inside for a brief second before the sun flashed straight into my eyes. The sun glinted off Haruka's buttons. I said that wrong again, I'm sorry. She let me open the door and bursted out into the sun. Whatever I pronounce it is just whatever. Again, I don't know for the life of me what it's actually pronounced. While she spent the summer holidays practicing for track, I'd been dedicated to completing Tokidoki Koibito? I don't know, I have no idea how to... I actually withdrew from my Japanese class because I physically, I was falling behind and I didn't want it to affect my grades and stuff. So I have no idea what this says. Or what it's supposed to look like in Japanese. Video game achievements are comparable to athletic achievements, I reassure myself. Even as I watch her spin on the spot, yards ahead of me. Oh, a new CGI, is that how it's pronounced, CGI? Maybe? Yes? Well, either way, this looks freaking awesome. I wish there was a button so I can, see the full picture without the, because this is actually a really cool picture. I would love, honestly, to make this my computer background, but I feel like that would be, that would be kind of kinky, especially when I bring, friends over and stuff. Who's that anime person on your screen? I don't know. Devin's so slow, he needs to go. Go? Go faster, but that doesn't rhyme. Amazing poetry. She laughed as she spun forward. Instead of going ahead, she matched my pace. I was hurrying, sure, but how do you compete with a star runner? She wiggled her hips from side to side as she skipped backwards. Hurry up, Devin! No! Haruka is already ahead of me, as if eager to show off. Even at my best, Haruka was always faster than me. We used to race to school together when we were kids. Not so much now. Except we're running late, so there's no other choice. Yes, you have to run. I can't believe I beat you. You sure about that? I was hunched over beside Haruka trying to catch my breath. Sarcasm. Isn't cute. Not everyone spends all their time running. I gasp for breath and I stand up straight, even if So, I think last time or every other time ever I said the same height as her. Should I choose something different this time? I don't know. I feel like we'd get more storyline if I chose something. I'm gonna be taller than her. We'll go with taller. I glared down at her, but it feels mean to use my height against her. Too much studying and not enough athletics, nerd. Being smart is fine, but people want more than brains. Like stamina? I'd rather be hot, or you need a balance, or it's too early for this. I'm gonna say you need a balance, because I think that's what I've said every other time, and I'm not really I'm not the person to say, oh, I'd rather be hot, because no, I wouldn't rather be hot. I'd rather have a successful life than to rub off, looks in people's faces and stuff like that. And I would be the person to say it's too early, but at the same time, it's I don't want to be rude. So we need a balance. It's possible to be both. It's impossible to be both. Hot and smart? That's selfish. What are you talking about? We've got Monica. You can be attractive and smart. You have to balance work with exercise. Thank you, Mr. Life Advice. We should probably get to class. You might just make it. Alright, time to see that freaking butthole Mr. Saito. I want to swear, but I can't, because I promised myself I wouldn't swear anymore. Mr. Tanaka was set to be our homeroom teacher. He was apathetic to lateness. As a teacher, he tended to be hungover at the start of the year. He had a reputation that spread throughout the school because of it. We had missed homeroom, which meant we needed to track down our class on foot. We went in search of familiar faces until we passed by the science room. It was the saddest of all classrooms, given it was limited even before transfer students had been organized. My nose is still itchy. Come on. I'm gonna call that the Matt curse now, because Matt and I always talk about how my nose itches every single video that I ever have to talk for a long period of time. It just itches for no reason. I'm gonna call that the Matt curse. Thanks, Matt. As we walked into our first class, everyone was already seated. Everyone pivoted? Yeah, pivoted to look at us. The seating wasn't consistent, with too many tables crammed. Oh no! Did I do that last time too? I can't even remember. Into the classroom. I cried. Oh my god. I need to just I need to take a breather. Hold on. I'll be right back. I need a soda. Hopefully soda has the magic to freaking stop me from saying weird crap like the word creamed. Alright, let's open this bad boy up and take a sip because my mouth tastes disgusting right now. The funny thing is, I didn't even know that I had this soda until like the day after we got it, because my father's the one who buys the soda and stuff, and I'm so grateful for that. And I didn't know it was there because it was in a different location this time around, so I never even noticed it was there. So I missed out on like 2 sodas I could have had already. I eyed, then the packed room, unsure of where to sit. I could feel everyone staring at us, and then the sounds filled the room. I apologize, the webcam, by the way, is out of alignment again. I'm honestly looking into getting a better webcam. Most likely probably one with a longer cord as well, because I don't like how short this cord is, because like you're just barely dragging it from the computer. I could probably find a better place for the computer or untangle the cords, but then they just retangle themselves anyway, so it's just not worth it. I'd rather get a new webcam. I swallowed hard, my gaze shifting to the front of the room. Mr. Saito stood at the head of the classroom, in his pressed suit and thick glasses. So good of you to show up. You're only 15 minutes late. Huh? How could it be that much? Even after running, we'd been so late. Given your disregard for punctuality, you've missed group assignment. Group assignment? Mr. Saito had made a huge deal about quitting last year, and everyone had rejoiced. Haruka had written in a polite note on his car as a parting gift. You've been attending this school for years, and you can't even find your way to class. He wasn't glaring at us. Instead, he was just glaring straight at Haruka. It's a miracle you found your way at all, Haruka, given you couldn't spell map, let alone use one. Haruka flinched beside me, while I stood still. We didn't mean to be late, and we didn't mean to have nuclear weapons revolutionize man's relationship with war, and yet here we are. My mouth dropped open in protest, but no words came out. What do you even say to that? I don't think that being late to class is like inventing weapons. For once, you're correct. You don't think. As I was saying, groups have been assigned. Mr. Saito heaved a loud sigh as he settled into a speech he interrupted to scold us. Due to limited resources this year, we're required to work in groups of 4. Supplies will be limited given the additional students. Mr. Saito looked over to the class, his brow furrowed as he considered... Furrowed? I still can't remember how to pronounce that. As he considered the masses. And more importantly, my patience will be limited. He continued to speak, but my attention drifted. This was my fault. I'd been running behind because of the induction form. He yelled at Haruka as if it was all her fault, when it was my fault. He had not even looked at me. Perhaps I was a good student? While Haruka meant well, she didn't excel in academics. It was no reason to make such an example of her. Given this is your final year, there'll be a balance of practical and theoretical work. You'll be expected to manage your progress. Your theory work will be done as homework, while your practical will be handling class to better make use of the facilities. I shouldn't have to explain you the reasons for this. I don't want you to conduct experiments outside of class. I shot a hopeful look to Haruka, who was drawing on her notebook. I expected a dirty joke out of her, but she seemed dead to the world. I kept my mouth shut and focused on unpacking my bag. Find your groups. We'll be having a revision of safety protocols. I looked up from my bag as people began to move from desk to desk. He moved away from the front of the classroom towards Haruka and I. As we have an uneven number of students in this class, you're left with... He gestured with his arm to a group of girls I'd never seen before. But we never had to be in groups of 4 or more before. It was normal. That was 4 or more before. I love the rhyming scheme with that. That was a confusing one to read. It was normally Haruka and I working together, or I'd work and Haruka would goof off. Did I just peek that? I'm sorry. I just heard the peak in my headset. But it worked for me. I was able to go at my own pace. This was awful. It was usually just us. I knew there would be an extra students this year. I guess I hadn't thought about our class sizes. Well, why don't we sit down first? That had been the girl with pink hair. The corners of her lips kicked into a smile. I looked at Haruka, who hadn't spoken. She usually giggled and passed notes during class, even when the teacher spoke. Now, she looked miserable. Well, Mr. Saito suggested that we join our groups. I believe that means you two? Haruka and I remained seated, her legs crossed under the desk and with her chin in her hands. Whoa. Stutter. I suppose so. I'm Devin. The pink-haired girl perked, embarrassed she'd not introduced herself sooner. I'm Aiko. It's a pleasure to meet you. We're all from Minami School, as you're aware. My friends are... Kana, that's me, hi! Oh, I just squeaked again. And when Aiko was around the same height as most of the girls in the class, she She towered over this girl. Wow, I cannot read for crap today. I'm sorry. She was the shortest in the class, easily, yet commanded attention. And that's Yumi. She's part of the group too. Yumi sent a peace sign towards me. She had a slouched posture and lazy smirk on her lips. Rather than speak, as I expected, she remained perfectly quiet. She seemed distracted by something outside the window. Who's your friend? Oh, and she just shoves everybody out of the way. Wonderful. Didn't he tell you who you'd be with? He did, but I wanted to ask you who you'd like to be called. Rather than assume your name matched to class roll. Or rather your name assumed, oh my god, I cannot read. I'm so sorry. Why wouldn't it match? Echo visibly fidgeted, her lips pursed together. I'm sorry, I can't read. That's just impolite. Is that impolite? Is that what it said? I was being polite, never mind. Then why don't you just ask me what my name is? Why ask Devin? You seemed as if you wanted to be left alone. So talking about me like I'm not here is... I didn't want to... I'm Haruka. I love how she just walks away. That one's super awesome. I'm sorry about her. She's just anxious. She's not usually so... Words fail me as Haruka had snapped. I should have asked her directly. I was rude. Nah, you weren't rude. You could have been like... What the... Oh. And who the hell is Kyle? What the frick? Did that say Kyle? What the F is up, Kyle? No, what did you say? Who the hell is Kyle? What the F? Kana. We're at school. I can't think of any good school ones. You know what I meant. She looked at Mr. Saito, who had moved to the practical side of the classroom. He seemed enamored? These are big words with a brightly colored stack of papers. Oh, swearing? Yes, that. Why the frick doesn't matter? I watched as Aiko's eye twitched at the corner. While Yumi remained silent, she seemed visibly as amused. When I looked forward again, people were on their feet. They were heading for the attached practical classroom. Mr. Saito was standing in front of the class, same as before. I could see, but I really didn't care. It's the same speech every year. As Mr. Saito said before, we're from Minami School, the school that burnt down. Well, not burnt down. To say it was burnt down implies it was leveled. You're going too fast for me, Aiko. Or past the point of repairs. That is true. It was beyond repairs, but not because of structural damages. Actually, it's weird. It was built in a time before building codes, so I can't read this. Ah! I can't read any of this! Hey, Aiko? Oh, sorry. In short, yes, our school burnt down. Oh my god, that's amazing. I love that. I love how you implement this, like, the never-ending text. There seemed to be more than this, to the story than I'd been told. Then again, I wasn't going to ask about the specifics of architectural... Yep, that word. Issues. Can't speak, I'm sorry. See, I can normally read that word, but my mouth is tired, my face is tired. I'm just pretty much slouching to record this video, and I apologize for that because it's like early in the morning. But I had to record this video so I can get everything edited and stuff in time, and I still have a lot of schoolwork to do and stuff like that after this, so... Yeah, they sent out a letter about the transfer. Understandable, it's a sudden increase in numbers, even though many students chose to go elsewhere. With no slight towards your school, of course. Merely there were other schools closer, or they had a family history with. Of our year, there's 12 of us left that came here. We've all been added to this class for science. Were you three friends before? Loosely. I helped Yumi with her homework, while Kana and I were friends through our families. Oh, so that's why you're friends with me. Kana, no! I like spending time with you, and you have merits. Wowie, thanks. I panicked. Merits? So, Devin, I don't understand what that conversation was about. So, Devin, the groups were formed by Mr. Saito. Given our senior class was mixed into your class, it could have been an opportunity to learn from one another. Yeah, we know lots of stuff. Like, I know stuff about brains. Very helpful, Kana. We do all have our preferred field, no doubt. I was surprised they called it science. Usually they have specific classes for each topic. I chose biology, while Kana went psychology. Yeah, I don't know about genetics and, like, cells. So as long as we all do our work. Haruka had been beside the group, but silent until Kana's last comment. What are you implying? You think we're gonna slack off? Devin works harder than anyone else at the school. I noticed how she left herself out to of defense. I couldn't help but shake my head. I didn't say that. Group projects are renowned for their failure rate. Everyone has to be on the same page and want the same things, not to mention communication. Yeah, like, if you don't do the work, then we have to. If we don't do the work, Kana shrugged, her arms crossed. Or rather, groups can be unreliable, as everyone has to pull their weight. Kana and I were top of the respective classes at Minami. I'm gonna bet the class wasn't on fire safety, Haruka! It was a joke! Whatever. This is dumb, Devin. We shouldn't have to be in such a big group. Why can't we at least be with our friends? We could be friends, or it's only for a year. We could be friends. We could be friends? I don't need new friends. As if I want to be her friend anyway. Kana. I felt like Aiko and I were moderating the spat between kids. Not a false thing to observe, Devin. We exchanged brief eye contact before I turned back to look at Haruka. If you give them a chance, they can be our friends. Haruka looked away to glance at Yumi. I guess. If you turned up on time, you'd be in a group of your choice. Next time our school burns down, we'll make sure it's okay with you first. Aiko seemed frozen to the spot while Haruka watched after Kana. I didn't mean it like that. Ugh. You should go apologize. Kana had moved to the front of the group given she was the shortest in the class. Haruka tried to be nice to the new students. To the detriment, that's the word, of the old students. She elbowed her way through the crowd and hip-checked a girl out of the way. Perhaps if she had been on time. Actually, I was running behind. Haruka was on time. It's my fault we're late and that we're fighting. It's not your fault. Please try to be on time in future. In future. I love that. I think that's actually how you're supposed to say it, though, isn't it? Yeah, because that's in the future. Like, you can say in future or in the future, and it doesn't matter, because I think those are both correct terms. I will, I promise. Good, then I have no issues. I hope you don't either? No issues here. I just wondering what the work's gonna be like, or look like. I'm curious, too. I'm sure we'll find out a way to split up evenly. I hope so. It'll be interesting to see how far it all goes, There's a whole year ahead of us to become friends. Speaking of change, I turned to look to the girl who'd remained quiet. Yumi hadn't spoken once we'd been introduced. Was there a reason? Yumi moved her hands in a particular way. She was signing something to Aiko. Yumi's speech impaired, so you're aware. But don't be fooled. She may seem like she's a strong, silent type, but she can be quite loud in her own way. As if on cue, Yumi let out a huff and shifted her posture. I hadn't expected her to be able to laugh. I was stumped for how to proceed, unsure of what to ask or how to progress the conversation. Yumi pulled out a ragged notepad, which had been thoroughly scrawled on. After a moment, she flipped it to show me. I can hear you. Talk normally to me, okay? I felt the blush rise along the back of my neck and to my cheeks as they both laughed again. Yumi flipped the page and then penned another note. You seem confused. I'm a girl, but I prefer the boy's uniform. As if you can wear it, why can I? Right. I went from feeling in control of the situation to totally confused. Not by her inability to speak, but because I was awkward. I began skimming the class outline Mr. Sato provided. The class time is dedicated to use of practical assets, chemicals, and the like. Not that we have to use them all at once. Unfortunately, they've lumped all the sciences together. Chemistry, biology, psychology, physics, and some higher maths. Computer science. What a mess. We're expected to select our own modules. I hadn't had a chance to ask Mr. Saito. They'd put all the students into mixed science classes. It seemed excessive. I asked to do a mix, but not just mix. Oh, okay. So this, I love. Was there a thing that was in the last update where you could select a mix? I don't know. Normally, though, I would probably go for chemistry because I know more chemistry than anything else. I don't. Kana or I have. Wait, hold on. I don't. Kana and I have heard. Wait a minute. Is there supposed to be like a comma there? I don't, Kana, or I have any particular interest in chemistry. Okay, we'll go with it. And you, Yumi? Yumi shrugged, not seemingly interested in it either. Perhaps Haruka would enjoy that then. In any case, as a group of 5, we'll need to split it up ourselves. These tables are designed for 2 at a time, after all. Devin and I can't use it at the same time, can we? They're both tall, not wide. You could both use the station. Usually I was the one calling shots. Aiko was already bringing out colorful highlighters to break down the semester outline. Outline! I love how the way I said that. But yeah, I love how they implement the fact that now I'm taller than Haruka. So Aiko calls the fact that I'm as tall as Yumi now. So that's pretty cool. We can alternate in pairs somewhat, 2 at a time working, then the other 3 can work on theoretical work. That must be a lot of code that went into this, because you'd have to have like codes for like different text and stuff to say if, you know, you select this, then that text appears, and so on and so forth. That must be a long like code area. It'll be even easier if we all have preferred subjects, so those who want to do the same studies can work together. I know, Mr. Saito. Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm used to being the team leader on projects by default. I had a reputation for being class leader. That reputation doesn't exist here. Gosh. All those years of working hard and it's just poof, gone. Rather than a written note, Yumi signed towards Aiko. Whatever she said, Aiko seemed to understand it. She replied with a sign for I'm okay. I don't know sign language, but that was easy to understand. I'm not opposed to you leading the outline. Maybe we should wait to see what Haruka and Kana say. I doubt Kana will have an issue with me spearheading the organization for a group. Well, as I said before, my focus is biology. Yumi stifled a snort, her attention fixed to the front of the class. I don't know what she wants to study. Yumi failed to clarify, though her smirk remained. Mr. Saito was showing the class how to use a fire extinguisher. He was gesturing with the fire extinguisher and how to activate it. A few students were being politely attentive, but most had heard the spiel before. Instead, they were chatting about their vacation and the new students. Legally, he had to demonstrate for their safety, and if they ignored him and got hurt, he was covered. I watched as the class broke into their groups to discuss a lesson, which meant Kana and Haruka, I said that wrong again I think, approached in a heated debate. Why split the supplies across year levels? Well, the lower years stayed to their part of the campus and we had the best facilities. Seems rude. It's good for you though. Yeah, but what about the lower classmen? They have to use icky old stuff. So, they're young. I'm old. Withered. Leave me to die. You're 18. Don't rub it in. I'm basically a grandma. Then we're all grandmothers? Why not allow the younger years to have better equipment? Let them perish. Haruka, it's not that bad. Perish! Stop it. Are we getting along now? Are we? I get along with no one. Aiko rolled her eyes. I'm a lone wolf. Me too. We can't both be lone wolves. You're a marshmallow and a ball of lint. Dibs on... Wait, hold on. What'd you... Dibs on marshmallow. I'm not lint. If anyone's a lone wolf, it's Yumi. Are you calling me a furry? A what? A furry. Aiko, you don't know what a furry is? Should I? It's like a dog, but a person, you know? I have no idea what you're talking about. Anyway, Aiko cleared her. I love that conversation. That was my favorite conversation out of all of them so far. Aiko cleared her throat, desperate to move on. At least no one was fighting for now. The bell rang, signaling that recess had begun. Mr. Saito dismissed them, and the other group split up and exited. Ooh. We hadn't discussed much with regards to the class yet, given the friction. Maybe we should use this time to work on our plan for the year. That'd be nice. Sure, I've got nowhere to be yet. Yumi shrugged while Haruka hung beside me. Cool. So in that case, we recorded for 40 freaking minutes. Holy crap. Well, I think we're gonna leave this one here. Not because it's a good place to stop. I mean, it's still kind of in the middle of the day. But to be completely honest, we're running out of time right here, and I can't let this be like an hour long. So while it's still around a half an hour, I'm gonna leave it right here so that next episode we'll get more into this conversation here, as well as get into the text messages and stuff like that. So for right now, I'm gonna leave it here. So guys, thank you so much for watching this video. By the way, before I actually do this outro, I am loving this update. It's amazing. I love it all. What you're doing with this so far. I love the selections you can do at the beginning of the game. That's pretty awesome. And once again, thank you so much for putting my logo, as well as like other YouTubers and Bijuu Mike and all those fun people in the little board behind the bedroom. So that's really, I love the little detail of that. I appreciate that. And yeah, I think that's about as much as I want to say. So guys, thank you so much for watching this video. If you liked it, smash that like button. Subscribe if you're new. I'd love an addition to the channel. Guys, we got a Discord. Come check me out at SideYouTube. We have a fun time for all. Hope you guys enjoyed this video as much as I did making. Hope you guys in my next one. Goodbye.
Listen.